Okay, I have it. Had 3 movies on my watch list for the week. We're waiting to watch one of the movies tomorrow together, me and my parents. But I was like, I kind of want to watch a movie tonight. And so I thought of going through my movie collection. I have a bunch of DVDs. And so I chose the movie In Her Shoes, and starring Cameron Diaz, Toni Collette, Shirley MacLaine. And it's kind of I read the book growing up, so this is based on a novel by Jennifer Weiner. And I had the book, and it was in high school, like my first 2 years of high school. And I took it to school, and I put it on top of the toilet paper rolls in the stall with me. And I put my backpack on, and the backpack hit the book. The book flew into the toilet, and but landed perfectly flat. And I managed to grab it fast enough that only the bottom of the book was like wet. I actually proceeded to finish the book. I actually did read the book, so that kind of reveals which character I am. Like, if we were to say which character in this movie, like which sister, is a better fit, it's definitely Toni Collette, and I think that In Her Shoes book in the toilet is kind of a perfect example of that. My sister was like, everybody said she was a perfect fit for the Cameron Diaz character. And she is, especially these days, like down to the hair job. Like, my sister dyes not the roots, but kind of the rest blonde. Like, down to hair dye job. My sister was a perfect fit for the Cameron Diaz character. And that was like even a topic of conversation growing up, because not every family had two and only two children, and both children were female, and both children were different enough, both inside and out, to actually make the comparison to this movie. And so it was kind of this was the Toni Collette character. It was kind of a better fit, and especially based on education at this point in my life. Like, I went on to academia and spent over 4 years in a graduate program, achieved PhD candidacy, which I quit. And my clothing is more, even clothing choice is more like Toni Collette. I'm more relaxed and casual in dress, versus my sister. Like, her job was literally putting together like the displays at Nordstrom for a while, and she sold designer handbags, and she had spent $1,000 on her prom dress and stuff, and like, I didn't even go to prom. So there's like some of these fundamental differences, and yeah. And there's kind of a similar dynamic too. The dynamic part is kind of similar to this movie, because the Cameron Diaz character kind of always wants to change her sister, and that was my sister. She's an older sister, and older sisters always want to do that to or not always, just say, but that's a trend I've noticed with sister pairs. Is there's a little bit of like, my sister wanted me to look a certain way, act a certain way, act like her, look like her. And so, like, one of the perfect examples of where I'm kind of more of like so I was in academia, this person's a lawyer. I don't think I finished that. I'll go back to that. And then also, like, she's more relaxed about her looks, and this sister wants to take all her clothes. Like, I had my sister do that to my sometimes. The dynamic that's similar to like the dynamic portrayed in the movie kind of is my sister wanted me. I was really focused on a natural upbringing. My sister was kind of like the really fashion oriented, hair dye oriented, curls, curling irons, flat irons, all of that. I did none of that growing up. Like, yeah. And so she wanted to pay me to she wanted to pluck my eyebrows and stuff, and she's like, I'll pay you $50 for it. And I was just like, hell no. I'm focusing on a natural upbringing. And that's kind of the Toni Collette character in this movie, versus the Cameron Diaz character is more about kind of being kind of a control freak about her sister. Not about everybody, but about her sister. And that dynamic was very much alive. I think it was because my sister is older, and that might not be true for all sibling sister pairs, where she's approximately 3 years older than me, and really thought, I just want to, like, she should do whatever I want to do. And it's like, no, I'm actually a human being and we're actually quite different. And I think she still struggles with that a little bit. But this is it's a interesting movie because it was prevalent in my childhood, and me and my sister did draw comparisons to these characters. So it's always a intriguing watch.